Good afternoon. I'm Joni Pugh. I'm here interviewing Doug Lodge with the Lewis County Honeybee and Apiary. It's a new business in town. We're so excited to have them here. Doug, I know you said you grew up doing this, didn't you?
Yeah. So I was given hives when I was about 10 years old and ran them until I was 20 and then got out of the business because the markets were terrible. And I went other directions, construction primarily. Mm-hmm. And I got sick a couple of years ago, and when I was in the hospital, I thought, I got to find something to do. I can't go home and sit in a chair. I got to do something. And I got thinking of all the things I'd done in my life and what I thought, what I enjoyed. And I always enjoyed working in the honeybees. So I thought I'd go back there. And I started out with just a couple hives, 2 saved hives, basically, that were dying here in Lewis County. The guy gave them to me, and we promoted them, and got them put back together and got them running, and we started building the business.
I'm looking for the buses.
Right. Now you're going to get the kids here involved in this.
We're working right now. Lewis County Honey and Apiary is dictated to by the team center. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to build this into a 100 hive operation so we can split hives off and give them to kids. I want to put kids in the bee business. That's a younger generation. In the United States right now, the average beekeeper is in his late 50s, early 60s. So you've got more people going out of it than getting into it. And it's a business that you cannot live without. 1/3 of everything you eat is affected by a honeybee. So the time has come where, we really are going to start taking care of these problems, or we're going to have problems we can't overcome.
And I remember you really know so much about the statistics of where honey is made, where we get it, and how much of it we import because we don't have it.
Well, the biggest problem we have with import is our biggest importer right now is China. This year, China surpassed India. And it's corn syrup is what they're doing. They're coloring and they're flavoring corn syrup, and they're putting some honey in it. But the problem is when you test it, there's no DNA change. The DNA change suddenly is snapped off, so it's not real honey. It's fake. And our federal government and their infinite wisdom says we're not going to test honey coming in on the docks. So we have this imported syrup that doesn't hold up. It will never hold up to be honey. That's not honey.
Well, it's going to be bad for you. It's got corn syrup.
It's trash. And we need to get to a point where we're making more honey in this country, and you're buying local honey. You're producing local honey. That's the big thing here. Local honey has parts of pollen in it, pieces of wax, the things the bees deposit from the flowers, the local flora. And that's what kind of fights off your hay fever after you've eaten the honey. Sometimes you'll eat honey and you'll think, I feel a little bit better. I'm not stuffy as I was. That's part of it. It's the pollens you get and things like that.
The local honey is so good for you. And I love the story you told me about growing up. And in your neighborhood, nobody had any kind of allergies.
No, we didn't have kids with allergies in our neighborhood. My mother gave honey away to all the neighbors. They stopped by, kids stopped by, and everybody got honey. And,
I love that.
I've got 2 brothers and 2 sisters and 5 of us, and none of us ever had hay fever in our life. But we were given my mother lined us up and a spoonful of honey went in every morning. It's like, here, it won't hurt you. It was sweet and sugary. It was good to me.
Yeah, I'd say everybody liked that.
So, we all liked it. And a lot of the kids in the neighborhood, that's the way we lived. And it was kind of a preemptive strike to hold off the hay fever. And that's what it did.
That's such a testament to how local honey does make such a difference.
It does.
Did you tell me that the local vocational school are building the honey?
Well, we're gonna get into a program with them that they'll put we're gonna have woodware shipped in from southern Georgia, and they will assemble our woodware and nail it together with our boxes, our frames, all the woodwork pieces, and then the welding shop out there will do the. That's one of their hive stands. Our little demonstration hive is standing on. So we'll have them build our hive stands, and we need it to be a cooperation with everybody. We need, we need more and more school kids involved in all this process. They need to understand that this is not just a one-dimensional, simple program here. It takes real thought, real process. And to tell you the truth, I'm looking for that rare person, that rare kid that's going to grow up and say, "Look, I'm going to make a business of this." And you look at one day, and this kid's got 3,000 or 4,000 hives. A 3,000 or 4,000 hive spread is not an uncommon spread in the commercial world. That's the guy I'm looking for. That's the kid I want to see, because that's the kid that puts enough people to work. He's running a bottling operation. He's running a packaging program. He's running maybe a wax candle program. He's doing everything with bees that he can, and he's employing 100 people. You put 100 people to work in this county, the needle starts to move in the unemployment situation here. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we're, even you get a small guy, 10, 12 hives. It all adds up. It all becomes part of an income of the community. Everybody's making a few more dollars all of a sudden. You think, well, I made 100 pounds of honey. Well, there's $1,500 worth of value there. What's that mean to the average family? An extra $1,500 a year because you had some bees and you took care of them. So that's what we're shooting for. That's what we're working towards all the time. We're working towards improvement of the community itself through bees.
So the team center will be in this building behind us.
The team center and the Lewis County Apiaries will be in this building behind us. Lewis County Apiaries warehouse, or wood warehouse, eventually will be in the building next door, the old restaurant next door. We've acquired that building. And we're raising money to get these buildings up in shape and get them running and run a business.
I love your enthusiasm. What did you say? You're going to make Lewis County the bee capital, the honey capital of the world.
I want to make Mansburg, Kentucky, the honey capital of Kentucky.
I want
people to say, let's go to Mansburg because we know we've got the Carter Collective across the street here. I want to make this a store where people say, I can get fresh honey there. It's an interesting place. I get different things there. I'd like to see a big restaurant come to town. To build a community over time. That's what we're shooting for. And
I think it's a tremendous goal.
Well, you got to have a goal.
Yes, you do. And I think we have the right person going to achieve that goal.
Well, I guess I can tell people I'm going to work to it or drop dead going towards it. And I hope if I drop dead, I hope somebody picks the ball up and continues to move with it.
Well, didn't you tell me that your grandchildren got involved in this too?
Well,
you said they could pay for their college education.
Well, yeah. If my grandkids would really get involved now and take hives and really do something with them, yeah, they could absolutely pay for their college degrees. And that's you don't think about it. All of a sudden a kid looks up and says, "Oh my God, I've got 20 hives out here. I'm making 600 pounds of honey a year. Now I've got money to spend. I've got money to do something." And that's what it takes. It takes somebody with a little. You gotta have a desire to work. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh yeah, it's simple. There's nothing to it."
Yeah.
It's hard work. It's top work. But it's very rewarding work. And once you start to work with the bees and you get in sync with the hives, it's very relaxing. Very. I don't know how to explain it, but it's interesting work. It's good work.
So now eventually would there be retail space in the store to sell honey and to sell things related to that business?
Yes, that's exactly what this space will become.
Oh, I love that.
And the space next door will become a warehouse for woodware, everything to do with a hive, and we'll sell woodware out of here also.
So if there's anybody that's interested in getting involved in any way, what would you tell them to do?
I tell them call Lewis County Honeybee or Honey and Apiary. And soon as I find my glasses.
Sound good.
We have a website.
Our website is lewisbees.com, LEWISBEES.com. That's our website. And our phone number, I can't give you that phone number. That's a cell phone number of Carrie's.
They could call the Lewis County Chamber phone number.
They could log on.
Which
They could contact
is
Lewis County Chamber.
606-440-0135. Thank you so much, Doug. Is there anything else you want to add?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good deal. Thanks.